What's next, I wonder?
Stay vigilant. There are traps here.
Looks like a trap there.
Watch it.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Let's pop you open, shall we? What do we have here? dark. How tempting.
Alder, my friend, you... But the will of the...
Assume nothing.
Let's get on with it.
Enough waiting. I crave blood.
No time to dally.
Founder of the Flaming Fist. Later history is kinder to him than accounts from his time, which portray him as a cruel and hard-handed mercenary commander.
I should take that.
Dame Mafrey, the orphan's friend, founded several orphanages in the outer city, as the lower city was no place for children, and the upper city declined to sponsor an orphanage. This is a bust of the god Bane as he first appeared to Gortash in dreams, and was then described to a Rivington sculptor. Carrick started from nothing, built a financial empire, and founded the counting house. He refused to mingle with the other patriarchs, saying, "They didn't want me when I was an urchin, and now they can't have me." Baldur's Gate ship captain Morgan Redlocks wed a man thrice her age. After the wedding, the groom suffered a heart attack. Redlocks converted his merchant ships into a pirate fleet. First of the Bormal patriarch family to start his own venture, Alec is the unscrupulous bastard who made their fortune in mines and vineyards.
Do mind your manner.
is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber.
Meaning that in the games, generals and Jews.
Stand down, villain. In the name of the Steel Watch, aggressive action will not be tolerated in the presence of the patriarchs of this proud city. The Steel Watch appreciate your cooperation.
Dearest patriarchs, dearest Raven Guard, what a moment. The Blade of Frontiers graces our halls, and he's wearing his devilish best.
My father. He's here.
Crawling back from his bloody disgrace. It's my favorite assassin. Gods, you're a sight for sore eyes. Orin told me she made a fool of you, but I should have known you wouldn't go down that easy. Then she didn't die. The past is lost to you. Let me clear up some mysteries then. We share so much history. You and I initiated this plot. We discussed in depth the failures of our predecessors and how to avoid them. We understood that if we were to unite, no one could stand in the way of the Dead Three. So, unite we did. First, we obtained the crown. Then we enslaved the brain. From there, it was but a small step to the most successful religious hoax ever perpetrated.
It seems so.
In Baal's name, you set your bloody daggers to cause panic in the streets, killing in the Absolute's name. You would have carried out that part of the plan had Orin not ruined your hard work. Next, the threat of the Absolute's monstrous armies formed by Merkel's general, Ketheric Thorn. In such circumstances, people crave strong leaders. Leaders that bring law, order, and protection. Leaders like me, Bane's unyielding hand, author of justice. You are soon to witness the people of Baldur's Gate granting me complete power over them, all out of fear of the Absolute. The faithful will do anything in the name of their god. It was all going so well, until you vanished. Orin informed us that henceforth she would speak for the Temple of Baal and act on their behalf. But she made a mess of things. Unlike you, she cannot control herself.
Stand down, villain. Aggressive action will not be tolerated. The Steel Watch
Dearest patriarchs, dearest Raven Guard, what a moment. The blade of...
My father. He's here.
Crawling back from his bloody disgrace. It's my favorite assassin. Gods, you're a sight for sore eyes. Orin told me she made a fool of you, but I should have known you wouldn't go down that easy. Then she didn't die. The past is lost to you. Let me clear up some mysteries then. We share so much history. You and I initiated this plot. We discussed in depth the failures of our predecessors and how to avoid them. We understood that if we were to unite, no one could stand in the way of the Dead Three. So, unite we did. First, we obtained the crown. Then we enslaved the brain. From there, it was but a small step to the most successful religious hoax ever perpetrated. In Baal's name, you set your bloody daggers to cause panic in the streets, killing in the Absolute's name. You would have carried out that part of the plan had Orin not ruined your hard work. Next, the threat of the Absolute's monstrous armies formed by Merkel's general, Ketheric Thor. In such circumstances, people crave strong leaders. Leaders that bring law, order, and protection. Leaders like me, Bane's unyielding hand, author of justice. You are soon to witness the people of Baldur's Gate granting me complete power over them, all out of fear of the Absolute. The faithful will do anything in the name of their god.
It was all going so well, until you vanished. Orin informed us that henceforth she would speak for the Temple of Baal, and act on their behalf.
But she made a mess of things. Unlike you, she cannot control herself.
Go on up. Pay Gortash a visit. A fate to remember, I guarantee. Go on up.
Thank you for the lift, my friend. Thank you very much indeed. Ta-ta!
By order of Lord Gortash, all livestock admitted to the city must be surrendered. All livestock is now property of the Ducal Council for the duration of the ongoing emergency. Failure to comply will result in imprisonment and, if necessary, more severe punishment.
You're having a chuffing laugh!
We lost most of our herd to wolves on the way here.
Those gallows get more use than some temples. Every 10 day, I write into the Baldur's Mouth about it, and every edition fails to mention it. Pathetic. If people were publicly hanged in a proper city, never Winter say, it'd be all over the broadsheets. A disgrace.
Eyes front and keep your nose clean, newcomer. A noose and a short drop is how we deal with troublemakers. Careful. That sounds like a threat. And people who threaten the fist end up in jail or dead. Now run along before I start taking you seriously. Cultists, murderers, pickpockets, doesn't matter what you do, all you lot will end up swinging from here.
You've been caught in the act. So much for the perfect crime.
Enough waiting. I crave blood.
You murdered someone in view of a guard.
Unleash the legend.
Your actions have not gone unnoticed. If they persist, it seems they will not go
You do realize we can't stay here forever, don't you? Those walls might slow the army of the Absolute down, but they'll get through them sooner or later.
Let's take it one day at a time, eh? You might feel differently after some film and rest.
Fools! The pair of you. Just be ready to leave when the time comes. But preferably before.
I made it back. I'm here. Thank the gods. Thank the gods.
It seems that events at Denthelans have overtaken us. My contact there just sent word. The Harpers have been fractured, infiltrated by doppelgangers. Perhaps we might have done something to help, or just fallen into the trap along with them. Oh, I only have myself to blame. I have not been overly generous with the truth. I came here to learn of the Chosen, true enough. But I set my Harper searching for someone else, too. Tell me, what do you know of a man named Minsk of Rashiman?
Your ruined brain lurches and bilious intestines squirm. A hero, an enemy most foul.
Whatever blow to the head has addled your thoughts. Take comfort. You and Minsk have that in common. Minsk is an old friend. Perhaps my oldest. We've fought at one another's backs times beyond counting. And the last time I saw him, I left him to die. Before we ever heard of this Absolute, we received word of a gathering in the Undercity. What we found was the first dark seed of this plot. A circle of cultists with mind flayers in their midst. We might have ended it there, cut off at the root, but before I could send for help, Minsk charged in alone. It was chaos. He was overrun, dragged down beneath a mass of tentacles. I had a choice. Stay and let word of this cult die with us, or leave him and live to fight another day. The world takes much from those who presume to defend it. But sometimes, you get to take it back. So don't be sorry, because I mean to use you, if you're willing. Infection, indoctrination, eradication. That has been the fate of everyone the cult has captured so far, but it has not been yours. With your help, perhaps it need not be Minsk's either. As simply as that? For no other reason than that I asked? Perhaps you two will get along. Oh, the point is moot without the means to find him. Without the Harpers, we shall have to find another path. I'll have a better idea of what that is once we're through the gates. Seems I need to reacquaint myself with this damned city. Yes? I have. And while I do not love my conclusion, that does nothing to change it. The Harpers are the city's best information network. With them out of action, we shall have to fall back on second best. 9 Fingers Keen. Oh, to be so innocent. 9 Fingers Keen controls the guild, which in turn controls every criminal racket from Heapside to the High Hall. Nothing happens in this city that she doesn't hear of, sooner or later. How hospitable she will be to a Harper that comes begging to her guild hall, we will find out. Perhaps I will let you do the talking. That speaks well of your taste. I've heard my share of bad ballads about things I never did. If you have questions, ask. Just don't expect my answers to rhyme. It was Baal alone we faced in our time. And bad as that was, he had no elder brain for a lapdog then. Help won't come from the history books, or from any old tales I can spin you. This is your story to write. There. Have I fulfilled my role as your wise and wizened elder? I've passed enough years that counting them is a waste of what remains. Which is to say, yes, I am that old. Ask it. More than I would like. In my youth, I was a brief and very much unwilling member of a colony's hive mind. I felt the way they think. Saw the world as they do. Foul, unnatural creatures who find the foulness in us and twist it to their will. But then, who am I speaking to? You have far more experience than I. I believe you. You remind me of another I knew, marked by forces beyond their control. The gods can grant power or strip it away, but so long as your will remains, you have the only weapon you need. Yes? Ask it. I did, though I don't often speak of it. So many seem to think they know the whole story already. I find it a pity to correct them. We can speak of old battles later. Our plate is piled high with catastrophes enough for the present, huh? I've learned not to unpick the legends so many have woven around our name. Seeing the hope die in a romantic's eyes, it is only funny the first few dozen times. Some call the Harpers heroes. Others, petty meddlers who cannot help but stick their nose into every conflict they stumble across. The truth is in there somewhere. We try to work towards a common balance. If every other faction finds us equally annoying, that is probably a sign that we are succeeding. Ha! No. No, thank you. Let the wiser members of my order wrinkle their brows over that particular phrase. In all my years fighting for the Harpers, I am still never certain what the greater good means. I've learned to be content with, well, that was not so bad as it might have been. I will not bore you with a long tale. The short. I was born to a high family in Tedir. I remember little except that when my family fell, they fell far and fast. I learned young what fear and hunger make desperate people do. I learned to do some of it myself even. Until a roving circle of hedge druids found me. They raised me in the wild. But when it became clear I was perhaps not suited to a life of idle reflection, I was sent to the Harpers. To do. They showed me how to fight with sword, as well as spell, and gave me ample causes to wield them for. If I was not always the truest believer in every cause, well, I fell in love with someone who was. And that is almost the same thing. No, not really. You might say that. I left their service and swore never to return. Multiple times, if I recall. It is easy to get tired of the intrigue. The high causes shrouded in secrecy. I thought I might find another way to be of use to the world. And for a time I did. But my comrades would use a rather irritating phrase. A harper never leaves the chorus. She simply goes to spread the song. Meaning that whatever cause I turned my hand to, there I would find them. Harpers, stuffed with their own virtue, but always there. Always trying to help. So I returned to the fold. Returned to the city. Eventually they hung a title around my neck. High Harper. And I still do not know how to play one. But you're staring. Which means the tadpole has finally eaten your brain. Or have I been talking too much? Either way, time to move, no?
Come to bask in the glow of the Moon Maiden's sword? Be most welcome.
This is the city proper, is it? I didn't expect it to be so outrageously ordinary.
Baldur's Gate. You know,
I never quite believed I'd actually make it back. Wasn't until we got within reach of Worm's Crossing that it felt real. It's so strange. I don't remember much of it, yet I can't help feel like I know it. It feels like home. I suppose it is. Though the chance to savor the moment might be brief, given all that still lies ahead of us. I may have to rely on your local knowledge to plug the gaps in my own mind. Hopefully, I'll remember more than I expect to. Of course. I suppose you've earned it.
Welcome to the lower city, where Baldur's Gate truly comes alive.
What's on your mind?
I brought my own pen.
Gods, this is the first time in 200 years I've seen these streets in the sunlight. You can forget just how much color there is in the world. Oh, yes, your trademark wit. Now, what do you want exactly?
The bustle here takes some getting used to. Crackling fire and a tresson for company is usually more my speed. Still, we must flow with the current we find ourselves in, however tumultuous it may be. If you've need of me, I'm glad to help.
What's the first thing you want to do after we settle in?
Sleep for a 10-day.
Thank Helm we made such good time. The army of the Absolute are back. Certainly encourages a brisk pace. Look at those walls. No better city to weather the army of the Absolute in.
You do realize we can't stay here forever.
Sorry about the pong. We've been on the road for more than a 10-day. I didn't think there'd be so many inns here. We're spoilt for choice.
Don't get too comfortable. It's only a matter of time before the army of the Absolute gets here. Gods, we should have just kept going. This place isn't any safer than the last.
Just look. We're finally here.
Safe for now, at least.
Interference? You really won't feel it.
One blow and she drops like she's dead.
Maybe she is.
One blow.
Used to think those things were gonna make me feel safer. Not anymore. Used to think those things were gonna make...
What did she even do? I bet nobody knows. I didn't see her do anything wrong. What did she even do?
I think I'll be able to sleep without this. I don't like this. I don't like the look in some of their eyes. I don't like...
These street trash need to watch their tone. I don't tolerate disrespect. These street trash...
I didn't see her like...
If all these folks can just keep their shit together, maybe nobody else will get hurt. Maybe. If all...
The citizen is unconscious and won't be waking up anytime soon. Stormshore Tabernacle.
Faithless creatures seldom cross our threshold, Oathbreaker. You have come far, I perceive. How may I serve you this day? I am Vicar Humbletoes, guardian of the Stormshore Tabernacle. I keep the peace in this sacred place and guide those in need. Here, clerics may commune with their gods, and even hear their responses, if they are so favored. I am also granted the power to provide holy resurrection through sales of revivification scrolls. Of course, my child. Within limits. Behold my wares.
A little shopping in the city.
Say, I think I may have overdone it with the black and purple for, my entire life.
If the Steel Watchers had eyes, at least you'd feel like you were being watched by something with a soul. I wonder if they police every trade in the city the way they're watching over us.
No, we are not censoring the mouth. We are simply doing a routine inspection. And no, I cannot sell you a copy.
Listen, pal, if you're not moving my share of broadsheets, you're in my way. Shift! Newsflash, dipshit. You're interrupting me. Make like a page and turn.
Well, I am so glad you asked.
These writers sure do have a lot to say. The amount of trees they must have cut down to print all these papers. And people complain about the Steel Watch taking up resources. Huh.
Why, yes, Edvard. Can I call you Edvard?
No time to chat, mate, sorry. Since Gortash donated this printing machine, we've had ridiculous volume to shift. Used to be much quieter around here. Much less profitable, mind. So it ain't all bad.
Watch yourself in there. Sarky bastards, these writer types. This ain't the worst posting, I suppose. Beats guarding the docks. Place reeks. 156, 157, 15. Oh, I'm sorry, can't chat. 15. Shit! Where was I up to? Wait, are you... Oh, I see. Real comedian type. Piss off! 100 and... Corellin, help me! Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4... 100 and...
Archie? Yes. There's no bloody point sending it to print if folk won't remember it. So perhaps alliteration.
What do I think of Lord Gortash's Steel Watch? Well,
I keep telling you, animals, if you want to buy a gazette, talk to the loud little shit screaming headlines. I deliver the papers. I do not sell them. Sorry, was I not clear enough last time? I don't sell the broadsheets. Goodbye.
Boy, I got my eye on you. You got the look of a troublemaker. Don't bother the workers out here. They're already behind on deliveries without you lot pestering them. Don't bother the workers.
Our lives are yours. And our enemies are...
You two must submit to Lord Gortash if you are to be saved. With me! Hail, Lord Gortash! Hail, Lord Gortash! Submit to Lord Gortash. Submission is salvation. Only Lord Gortash has the strength to protect our city. Without Lord Gortash's might, we're all doomed to fall to the Absolute.
I don't really agree with Lord Gortash's methods, but the man does get things done.
I am so glad you asked, Edvard. No.
I saw a steel watcher rip some poor sod clean in two. I guess we need...
Gortash is the Lightbringer. Gortash will burn the Absolute to smoke and ashes. Lightbringer Gortash is the leader we need. Praise him. Praise Gortash.
The Steel Watchers are doing most of the good here, really. I'd love a gander at those schematics. The Steel Watchers are a modern marvel. They'll protect us when the time comes.
Lord Gortash is exactly what Baldur's Gate needs. I dread to think where we'd be without the steel watch.
World-ending monstrosity of the absolute...
Lord Gortash is such an impressive figure of a man. I can see why he's in charge.
I know that those...
If you've need of a bunk or a bath, you'll find them upstairs. We've not much to go around, but we'll make it stretch. We always do.
I'm grateful to be here, I am. But I thought we'd arrive as a family. Not like this.
Is something burdening you?
Perhaps I feel better after some rest. Feels like I haven't slept in a 10-day.
The soap here smells funny. Ooh, I'm so scratchy. Stupid lice.
Such a noisy city. Does it never sleep?
Let's see. No need to look so glum. You'll be clean and comfortable.
I'm sorry. You must have caught them riding on the ox cart.
Sense apologising for what can't be helped. You made it here safely.
Good luck getting some keep up here. I'd stuff your ears if I were you. It's safe enough here, but peaceful? Not even close. Never heard a racket like this back home. Till the Absolute arrived, anyway.
Indolence breeds madness.
Into the shadows.
The pair of you. Just be ready to leave when the time comes. Or preferably before.
Come on, old chap. I know you're hurting, but it won't bring her back, will it?
I know it won't. I just don't want to lose anyone else, all right?
You won't lose us. Interference. Having
I don't need silence. Just quiet will do.
As the Absolute's forces stalk ever closer, take solace in its brilliance, and know we will be protected. I know that those
Safe for now, at least. Calm your nerves so you can't be more than a few days away.
Here now.
Hey, good looking.
Next stop, Baldur's Gate's cushiest. Oh, I've got aches and bones. And if you
was seen moving a corpse. The guards are being summoned. Bad bet.
Stay calm. I'm warning you. She's on the list.
Almost.
The pair of you. Just be ready to leave when the time comes. Or preferably before.